All right, hey, what's going on, Freedomers? Okay, so this podcast is called I Will Laugh Last. So, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's on my mind about what an ex friend said to me. And I'm like, there is truth to it, but the way she worded it was so, like, wrong. Um, because I know her. And, you know, we both reflect that in some regard, where she's like, uh, look at the messenger, not just the message. And there are some times where she looks at the messenger and says, yo, why is he talking so big? And does he know where he's at in his life? Right? And when I come from a place of talking big, it's not because I think I'm better than you. It's because I'm confident enough to speak on my shit. And almost 70 to 80% of the time, I would even say almost 85% of the time, I only talk about what I know. I don't really talk about shit I don't know, to be quite honest with you. I never really do that. I never really talk about topics I don't know nothing about. So this person makes me understand I will laugh last. And I swore to myself, this is the last and final time I will ever speak to this person. Because every time I'm down, she shows me a side of herself that is very troublesome to me. And she loves to kick me when I'm down. And she says that as she speaks to her peer group. And I'm like, but sweetie, you're not evolving. The last time I met you, I physically met you. You were at your parents' house. And now, when you see other cultures, what she's doing is normal. And what I mean by what she's doing is normal, meaning at her age, it's okay, with being unmarried as a woman, it's okay to be at her parents' house. It's normal. But I'm talking about it from the range of our friendship and what she's done for me, and the things that she said she was gonna set out to do. I said the only thing I haven't accomplished is making millions. And I can't tell you how many $1 million deals came across my table that I passed up because of my thinking. Right? But I'm so glad I get to see that she's not a true friend, because, or I would say, not even say she's not a true friend. She is. I've outgrown her. I've gotten to the place where I have accepted I have outgrown her. And there's no more conversations I need to have with her. I've outgrown her. And she, like many others, look at the messenger, which is important, but she's my south node. So there's no real reason to fuck with her. And even with my parents, there's no real reason to fuck with them either. Because 9 times out of 10, they will do nothing for me. So, and here's one thing I learned about the South Node. When you're with the South Node, you better off on your own. Let me repeat that again. When you're with your South Node, you better off on your own. Because all you're gonna do is aggravate each other. because you're going in opposite directions. So unless you both have a clear understanding of each other and each other's like purpose, you will drive each other insane, because life will test you in two different ways. Life will show you two different perspectives. Life will give you two different levels of understanding. Life will give you two different bases of understanding. So what I tend to realize is she being my South Node, I am over it. And I said, I'm done with her phony status. And I say phony status because that's what it is. She gives me a phony status. Because, you know, I'm a Leo rising. So what I do is I project. I'm the sun. So I project my light and say, and make it luminous. So no matter, and it's crazy, what the thing about me is, no matter where I go, my light shines. My light don't, that's the wickedest part about me. My light don't go away because I'm homeless. My light don't go away because I'm broke. My light don't go away because I have a lot of money. My light or my philosophy, my teaching, my wisdom, it don't go away, or it don't go away because of outside circumstance. It's always been here. And like, for instance, I told a 40-plus-year-old woman, and she tried to act like, oh, I'm a fake and I'm a phony. I said, no, I've been this way since I was 10 years old. You feel me? I've been like this since the 5th grade, where my writing teacher, Ms. Beretta, who was a borderline racist, now, she would say, yo, you're so ahead of your time. Every writing teacher, that English teacher I've been with, has said, yo, you speak cryptically and you're ahead of your time. Right? So I was always like this. This not no new behavior. I didn't pick up a book and my consciousness exploded. Now, what I would say about books is books ignited. What the fuck is that? Books ignited my consciousness. No, not ignited. They fueled my consciousness. It didn't ignite it. Like my father, for instance, my father didn't ignite my consciousness. My father fueled it. And I think there's a difference. And I think people like to take more credit than they need. Because there's a difference between somebody fueling your fire and somebody igniting your shit. Like they're the reason why you started. Very few people have that credit in my life. They're the reason I started. And usually, people who have that right are Sagittariuses. People who have Moon in Sagittarius, Sun in Sagittariuses, usually they're the reason why I started. I've never had a Taurus be the reason why I started. My South Node, have I had that? Have I had that? I gotta think about that one. For right now, I'm gonna say I've never had my South Node be the reason why I started something. It was always my North Node or my life path. Like, it was always a Sagittarius. Like, every time I started a new path in my life, it was because of a Sagittarius. Every time oh God, Sagittarius get on my fucking nerve. I ain't gonna hold you. They making me mad. I know if I had a Sagittarius best friend, oh my bitch. If I had a Sagittarius best friend, I'd be a millionaire in a year. No cap. When I say they love me for me, boy, and they keep me accountable. Oh my God, bruh. That's why I don't fuck with them because if they kept me accountable and they love me for me, bruh, bruh, I ain't gonna hold you. My income would quadruple in 6 months because they would be in my booty hole. Bruh. They so annoying. I ain't gonna cap. Sagittarius are so fucking annoying. No cap. No cap. Sagittarius are wild annoying. But if I had a best friend that was a Sagittarius, I had a Sagittarius moon that was my best friend. And of course, she being an Aquarius, she started something because her moon was my life path. You feel me? But if her moon was something else, it probably wouldn't happen. But because her moon is my south node, her sun is my south node. There's so much conflict because her rising's also my south node. So who she is to the world is like fake to me. Where it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Why are you perpetuating this status when you're at the bottom like me? And I said, that's why I said, why are you talking like that? Like you've done something with your life and you haven't. And that's not me being disrespectful. That's me being honest. What have you done with your life that would say, I don't have no drive? Boy, I said, drive is me. Because I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have an immense amount of drive. Bro, because it makes me angry because I'm like, do you know what it takes to be me, bitch? Do you know I gotta get up tomorrow? You know that face, do you know I lost my charger and I gotta get up tomorrow and charge my phone and grind again? And make sure I have bread so I can bitch, you don't know the half of what it means to have drive. Discipline, that's something I struggle with. Drive is nothing I struggle with. And that's how I said, you know what's crazy? That's how I know she don't know me. Drive is nothing I struggle with. Discipline is what I struggle with. That's something, if she would have compared herself or not, I'd have said, you got it. You got it. You got it. Because I don't got that. No cap. I don't got that. No cap. No cap. I have discipline, but I don't have it to the amount I want to. I don't have it to the amount I want to. I ain't gonna hold you. No cap. No lies. You can hold me, but drive is nothing I struggle with. Having drive is nothing I struggle with. That ain't my struggle. And here's why I say that's not my struggle. Because there are plenty of times where most people, like right now, me not having the charger head to my phone, most people would have quit. Most people would have said, this is too much. Most people would have said, this too hard. And I still made a way. You heard? So the fact that I am constantly making a way shows you my drive is quite impeccable, if you ask me. And I ask myself, and I say, sometimes I say, and I had to think to myself, like, yo, what drives you? It's because I don't have another choice. So when like my father said many years ago in the car to my grandparents' house, he was like, oh no, that's a mask. He was like, thought that was a charger. He said, that's a mask. He said many years ago to me in the car, referencing P. Diddy, and what that was called, and music and his success. He said most people, where if they burn the bridge and they have no other choice but to be successful, they end up successful because they can't go back, and they won't go back. And I said, the reason why you're not successful is because every time because she goes back to her toxicity. I said, every time it gets hard, you quit. And you're not willing to go through the extreme to get even a little bit of what you want. And she said, oh, I'm not gonna be like her pride, oh, I'm not gonna be homeless in the street like you, and you whoopity whoop whoop whoop. And I'm like, I guess. I'm not even saying you gotta go to that extreme. But you don't have the drive, because every time it gets hard, you turn around. You go back to home base, your parents' house. And I'll never forget what E.T. said in The Secret to Success, Part 1, when I went viral with 2.2 million views. He said, that shit makes me want to cry. He said, if you leave your parents' house, I dare you not to go back home. I dare you to not go home and see what it will make of you. I dare you to not go home. That's me, bruh. That's me, bruh. I dare you to not go home. Don't go home. Don't go home. That's me. No matter how much I struggle, I won't go back home. And no one can force me. Because I know I'm not going to gain my stripes from my parents' house. And that's a fact. No matter what I'm going through, I'm not gaining my stripes from there. So, when this person says you lack drive, that sounds cute, but that's so not true. And what I realized today, we departed on the Aquarius full moon, the full moon of friendship. I will have the last laugh. I will have the last laugh. And that's the end of this podcast.